Hello YouTube, Berza back again. Second video on the 25 SI. Give you a little more visual of the front here. You can see the differences made in the grille. The whole front bumper is different. The headlights have changed a bit. It's a little more Type R-ish in my opinion. They did in fact get away from fog lights. Their statement on it is that their headlights are bright enough, you don't need fog. So they even removed the spots, but they put in active air dams in place. So that's kind of a neat feature. Going around the car, it's virtually the same as before. We'll zoom out a little bit here to get a better view. The wheel upgrade, the change for the wheels, I'm kind of indifferent with. I think they did come out very well. And I like the little SI molded, stamped into the wheel, so that's pretty cool there. And as far as the back of the car goes, pretty much the same. You know, we're still looking at the same rear end, the same spoiler. The taillights are different. They did tint the taillights more factory, so the clears and the ambers are a little darker. Overall though, pretty happy with it. So I just want to give a good visual on the outside of the car here quickly. And as far as the engine and transmission goes, drivetrain wise, we still have the L15CA. So it's the newest version of the 1.5 turbo, just like the 22 through 24. They did in 22 add VTEC on the exhaust side of the engine. So that's a plus. Not that you can really get that old VTEC kick or that feel and noise, but it's made differences in performance. So no changes here for 25. Same mechanical LSD. It functions extremely well. We're gonna put the hood down, get in the car, and go over some features in the car. Hey guys, we're back again. We are in the interior of the 25 SI. I'm gonna show off some of the new features. Clearly you can tell the new gauge cluster. So we're back to full digital across the board, which is a nice touch. So this is a big upgrade for this chassis for America. Now Canada already had this, and that kind of, well, you know, that made a lot of people butthurt. You know, Canada got heated seats, full digital, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, wireless charger, whereas the 22 through 24 didn't have any of that for a higher cost than the Canadian version. So thankfully in 25, Honda's brought some of those features to the US to kind of help that. Now I will say that that's a big addition, that the lights, the shift lights are really cool. The big thing is the heated seats for me. Now, I live in Ohio. It's a colder state for most of the months of the year, except for the summers that like to be in the 90s, but the heated seats are nice. Big thing there, I even run it now at 75 degrees out with the air conditioning on. It's nice for the lower back, to be honest with you. And some of you will understand that. Now, we did get the full Type-C for data and charging, and they both fast charge, which is nice. So that's a good feature there. Now with Google built in, we'll go ahead and put my pin in. Google built in, it has profiles now. Now with profiles, the cool thing is each driver, when they get in the car, can sign into their own profile, personalized for themselves. We're going to connect to Android Auto now, so that's nice. Android Auto is full wireless. No need to plug in anymore. I know in my 2022, this thing was kind of goofy, kind of picky, plug in, not plugged in, you know, loose connections. So far, the connectivity in this has been phenomenal. I'm very happy with that feature there. Now, the cool thing about this having Google integrated is I have the Weather Channel app. So I can have active weather, look at radar, look at today, look at tomorrow. You can look at the future forecast. That's pretty cool there. So that's a neat feature. It is live. This car does have a really cool thing. Now, when you buy a 25, especially this car here with Google built in, you get 3 years of data on Honda for free, and it even includes a wireless hotspot. So you can basically make this car a rolling hotspot. you turn that on here, and we're on. And you can connect to the car with its ID and its password. Very, very cool. I have used it, and it's relatively fast, surprisingly. So that's a neat feature there. 3 years of data included. Very cool. So Honda Link is now added to this car. You can download the app on your phone. Honda Link to it for maintenance. Look at other various things for the car. I haven't gotten to the Honda Link yet, but plan to. So overall, pretty cool. A lot of the settings, vehicle settings, you know, we've got a lot of the similar things, a lot of your setups. Your individual setups, they added engine, steering, engine sound, and gauge. So you can change that all here. Now, if we go down here, we had the drive modes, which everyone's familiar with. So if we go through the drive modes, we have sport and we have individual. Now, when you're in individual and you hold up on the selector button, you can change from normal to sport on each item. And you can make this personal to yourself. Pretty cool stuff. I believe the engine sound just pipes in more sound through the car, which makes sense. But the steering definitely stiffens up. The gauge cluster going into sport mode is very cool. Very nice. You got the normal. Sport turns red. Definitely outlines your rev limiter there. And then you have your individual specs. So I run this in sport, and why I do is because sport already has all that stuff enabled. And it also disables the auto start stop feature, which is quite annoying. A lot of people don't like that feature. We still have the electric emergency brake, the brake hold, which is very nice. You can see that over there in the corner. Overall, the added features are nice. I enjoy it. You can talk to Google. You can ask your assistant for anything. If you wanted your heated seats on, you can tell Google, turn my heated seats on. In fact, turn both heated seats on, turn climate control to 65.
All right, changing the auto climate control to 65 degrees.
So it did change that to 65. Let's try the heated seats again. Turn on both heated seats.
Okay, turning on the seat heater.
Did. Very, very cool. So the Google features are nice. Turn off heated seats.
All right, turning off the seat heater for the driver.
It only turned off the driver, but nonetheless, if I was more specific, it would tell the car what to do with these climate control features. So very cool stuff. You know, it's a lot to play around with, a lot to get used to in differences. Up top we have an SOS button now. We didn't have that before. It's got a little flip down so you don't accidentally hit it if you're activating your sunroof, or you want to tilt it up. So that's pretty cool there. Now we will do some driving. I will upload some driver videos of it. We'll do some good POV cruising. See how it does. It's a beautiful day here in Ohio in the beginning of September. We're out here at the Bolivar Dam. Some of you guys might be familiar with the area, some may not, but some very good back roads out this way. So we'll get into that. As far as everything else on the car, we're pretty much the same as what we used to have. You know, so they had a lot of good updates. Wish we could have had even more, but I'll take it for what it is. This is definitely an upgrade versus the last version of the 11th gen chassis. So again, we'll get into some more stuff. If you have any questions or comments, throw down a comment below, throw a like and a subscribe. We'll get into more videos. There again, if you have comments, go ahead and throw them in. I'll answer questions. It might even lead to some other videos for information. Thanks again. We'll talk. Hey guys, back again. New clip for just the gauge cluster, going through some more of the menus here. We do have obviously normal, we have sport and individual, where you can change your engine sound, performance, steering heaviness, so you can make it firm, not as firm. So there's a lot of cool stuff there. Now We'll leave it in sport. The coolest thing about this is the gauge layout. So you have traditional round gauges. We can go into the menus here. You still have the G meter, throttle position, brake pressure. So that's pretty cool there, on and off the brake there with pressure. You got throttle input. Very cool. Same as the last model, 22 through 24. We'll go up. We got boost pressure, drive safe, nav. Got the little compass for navigation. All the typical things, but the really cool thing is customizing the display. You can change the gauge design in the new cluster. So we have round and we have bar. So in bar, we have it on the left and the right side, while still maintaining these menus here. So that's pretty cool itself. I'm not a big fan of the bar, but nonetheless, customizable. So to your liking. Some might like it, some might not. I don't quite care for it. So they have round minimal and round bar. That makes those a little bit smaller. So we'll stick with the round for now. Now, when you have cruise control set, it does make these a little smaller to put all the cruise functions in the center. And it'll bring up the little Honda Civic. There we are. We've got the little Civic there. So the little Civic is active. You can see turn signals, brake lights. When you're on the road and driving with the lane keep assist on, it'll show you the lane, it'll show you the vehicles in front of you and to the left and the right of you, and that all acts with the blind spot monitoring. So that's pretty cool there. You can see how those gauges change size. So that's pretty cool. So a lot of good changes, a lot of good features. If you have any other questions or comments about the gauge cluster, let me know, and we'll go from there. Thanks for visiting.